Countdown in 3, 2, and 1. Q103, Albany's rock station. Welcome to another edition of the Garage Sessions, this time with our good friends in Blackstone Cherry. Everybody give it up. Make some noise. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For those of you watching the video at Q103albany.com, from my left to right, we've got John, we've got Ben, we've got Chris, and we've got John Fred. The entire cast and crew here. Very good friends of mine. We've known each other several, if not many years. Great experiences between all of us. Guys, first and foremost, want to say congratulations. This is release week finally for your brand new album, Magic Mountain.
Thank you very much.
So congratulations on that and the success so far of Me and Mary Jane.
Awesome, thank you.
Just as a fan of the band and a fan of you guys, just going back all the way back to your first stuff, this is going to be, I think, your most rawest, grittiest album so far. Am I fair in saying that?
Good, I'm glad you're saying
yes,
that.
yeah. That's what we were going for.
Yeah.
It sounds very just much like you guys, because I know the last album, you guys had some, I guess, I believe, was it co-writes on the last album, and this one is just
A
you.
lot of co-writes on
Yeah.
that stuff.
This one, basically, with the exception of a few co-writes that we chose to do, we weren't forced to do any. It's all us, you know. And we wanted to get back to basics, make more of an energetic, raw album that we do best, basically.
Somebody asked me the other day about it, because I actually have had a chance to spend from last week to today with it, and somebody asked me, like, how is it? I'm like, this is the perfect record to throw in your car in the middle of summer, crank the windows down, and just go driving.
Right on, that's
Okay.
awesome.
I mean, from front to back, it is a solid record. I do have to ask one question, though. Between the actual title of the album and a couple of songs on it, who's the pot smoker in the band? I mean, there are so many references in this record.
I think we'd have spent a lot of time watching that
Well, that's
person.
awesome. If you
person
did,
is.
Cut their phones.
somebody on 523 needs somebody on 523. All right, thank you.
We
Thank you,
spent
Matt.
a lot of time watching Big Lebowski writing this album.
Yeah.
Where was the inspiration for a lot of this record for you guys, outside of the Big Lebowski?
I don't know, man. Dude, just like the stuff we'd gone through in general, you know. I mean, like, we had kind of a really rough spell over a couple years, you know, from the day we put the third album out, basically, until we went off the road. It was kind of miserable because of me, because I was a big pain in everybody's ass. But no, man, I mean, like, a lot of the more serious songs on the record came from just the stuff that we had gone through with almost not having a band anymore and deciding to do it, you know, and then you got your party songs that are, you know, whatever. But I mean, you know, just being people, you know what I mean? Like, we're just dudes, man, you know. What's up?
Very much shows throughout the record. I love, though, that fact that towards the end of the record, Hollywood in Kentucky, how did that come about? For those of you who haven't heard the record, it's almost kind of like a country song in some ways.
It definitely is.
Yeah, ain't
We
no
almost
way
didn't
around
cut
it.
it because we were a little apprehensive about it. At first, maybe it was just me as the only one apprehensive. I was like, I don't know if I love country, but I was like, I don't know if this is going to be the right song for the album, you know. And I don't know why I was overthinking it, I guess, because in retrospect, it fits perfectly, and it's like perfectly our song. You know, we were looking for somebody else to record it, actually, like a country group. And, you know, nobody else could have done it, and it makes sense like us doing it because we are from Kentucky, you know. We had fun writing the song. And
Well, we were trying to pitch it, and we really couldn't find anybody besides the Headhunters and Billy Ray and Montgomery Gentry. So we were like, you know, nobody wanted to cut it. So
we like having
we'll do it.
those wild cards on the album, you know. And we're very much, you know, fans of country. So it's another angle where we throw at people, you know, just like there's a little bit of reggae on the second album with Sunrise, and on this one's got a little country to it. So, you know, we always like to throw people curveballs and say, yeah, we do this too, you know.
Yeah, a little bit of a wide spectrum of everything you guys do. Q103 in the garage with Blackstone Cherry. Now, I hope you don't mind now because you're bringing up the country thing. I mean, you guys had your song "Stay" go to the top of the country chart with the band Florida Georgia Line. How did that come about? In the sense, because you guys wrote it, it's on your last record, and then they ended up doing their own rendition.
I mean, Ben and John Fred wrote a song with those dudes back when they were still, like, cleaning other people's cars. That doesn't happen anymore. But no, I'm pretty sure that they're paying people to do that for them now. But they wrote a song with those guys a couple years ago before they had their deal and everything. And we wrote that song with Joey Moy, who produced a lot of the early Nickelback records. And he ended up producing their record. And, like, they were just fans of our band, you know, from the get-go. And they loved that song, and they needed a song like that for their album. And they cut it, man. And we didn't expect it to be a single. And I remember Seth called Ben and said, hey, the next single is going to be Stay. And we were ecstatic, man. I mean, you know, we've been doing this now for, how many, was it going on 13 years this year? 13 years, and we finally got our first #1 at country. You know what I mean? So it works, man. I mean, whichever
honor.
way people get to hear the music, man, you know, I mean, to me, that song's a Florida Georgia Line song now, you know, I mean, like, well, I'm sure we'll still do it occasionally, you know, man, but they took that song and made it their own, and the world knows it as a Florida Georgia Line song. That's fine with us, you know.
So you guys got to be reaping the benefits on the nice royalty checks you're getting from it too.
Wait, do you get paid for those?
What's royalties?
What is it?
It's that infamous check that's only like 5 cents every 3 months that you get from the label, right?
Nah, I know what you're talking about.
That one, yeah, that
Oh,
one.
that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
The paper it's printed on is worth more than the actual check itself.
Yeah.
Have you guys written a lot of songs that you tried pitching to other people? I mean, obviously we talked about Hollywood
Yeah.
and Kentucky. Is that pretty much the only one at this
Chris
point?
and John actually had a cut on the last Skinner record called Life's Twisted, and they had written the song with a friend of ours called Blair Daly, and it was funny. Like Ben and I went down to write with Ryan and Tyler from Florida Georgia Line, and then John was coming down the next day, and we were like, man, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, man. We were trying to get this song that.
Yeah, John Fred told me he called me that night about like 2 a.m. and they were still down there. He's like, man, you know, I'll just rough it. Just call me in the morning, make sure I get up. I'll go down there with you.
We slept through the whole day. John went to
I
Nashville.
called him
and Chris
till
and-
like 2 in the afternoon, and I was like, finally like, all right, I just gotta go.
We just took some time off, like between the Devil record and I call it the Devil record.
The devil.
You know, to write and stuff, because we'd kind of been on tour for, you know, the greater part of our life. So took a break, did some songwriting, you know, grew some gardens, you know, kind of became normal for about 6 months, and then, you know, hit it again. So it was cool. It was fun.
Right back out again. Speaking of leisure time, you guys got to actually go on the Shiprock cruise earlier this year. And
Yeah.
as a music fan, for anybody that knows about Shiprock is this huge cruise that is done every year. Bands are on it with you guys while you're there. They're performing every night. A couple ports you get to stop at. How was it for you guys though, being on that boat? Because I could see as like the fan, it's cool because you're with. They're mixing in with you. But do you guys get
Hell,
any
we're
personal
fans.
time?
And we're fans of the other bands on there, so we just go watch those dudes. I mean, it's fun though. I mean, like, you know, it's a lot more. Everybody's drunk. I mean, just to be honest,
Yeah.
like the thing about a cruise is every person's drunk, so people be like, "Hey," and then they pass out.
Yeah, you
So-
just have to remember that nobody has to be the designated driver on a cruise. 'cause
If you've never
you got the
done
captain
one,
taking care of
go
that.
do one.
Yeah, they're
because,
fun. They are awesome.
They're interesting.
Would you guys be willing to go do another one then if Shiprock wanted you back or another one?
We've actually
That was
done
the second
7
Shiprock.
Oh, that's
so
the second
far,
one.
so-
We're doing another one in November too, actually. Not Shiprock, but another cruise.
Another cruise.
It's hard to turn those things down. And
What
this
is
is
the
it's a
weather?
vacation, you know. You play 3 sets, and then the rest of the time you just hang out and go to tropical islands. It's pretty awesome.
Get really sunburned.
Eat free buffet. I mean, it's sweet.
Where a lot of bands,
It's the
and
American dream.
Where a lot of artists retire to Vegas, we're going to retire to the cruise lines.
We got it all figured out.
Just gonna become like a house band on one of the boats and just
Exactly.
like, hey, you
And
know
we'll
what? This
play
is
in
our
a
life.
cocktail lounge.
I
Yeah,
could
but you
definitely think
got-
of worse things to do.
You got to go eat in the dining room though. You can't just do the buffet because you'll get burnt out. You know what I'm saying? You got to find the
Yeah, 'cause
dining
it's-
room.
You gotta go
You're
Space
sober
Bandit.
enough. Yeah, it's the same food, but it's a grander. They have tablecloths in there.
Yeah, well, the thing
It's
is with
nice.
the
It's
if
real
you go
nice.
to the buffet thing, John Fred's right. It is the same stuff every day, but what he's not telling you is the same 80 things every day, and you're only on the boat for 4 days. So the only way you're going to get burned out is if you spend all your time in there eating.
The only reason I go is for the froyo on the buffet. Like I stand by it, just hours.
Q103 talking with Blackstone Cherry in the garage. Tonight, you guys are performing live with Seether. Doors at 7. Show kicking off at 8. Tickets at the door, just $28. How long have you guys been on the road with them now at this
Couple
point?
weeks, I think.
Yeah, we left the 21st.
Yeah,
Yeah.
day after Easter we left home, and we just we didn't see their shows and mixed in with lots of festivals, and that's pretty much what we're doing throughout the rest of May. Is see there and then festivals.
Festival runs.
See there and festivals. Yeah, it's going really good though.
And speaking of festivals, you guys are going to be doing Rock on the Range, I know, coming up this year, which is always good for you guys being in Columbus, Ohio. You guys also did last year the Download Fest, and it was a headlining set for you.
Yeah.
How was that for you guys as a headlining set? Because the UK is so different than the US as music fan bases. So how was that for you?
It was crazy, man. I mean, we had played Download, 3 times prior to that, I think.
Yeah.
And we'd always played the main stage, you know, because they have the main stage, the second stage, and like 3 other stages. And we had always played the main stage and, you know, just progressively later and later in the day. and we got called, man, and we got an email from our management. They said, we got this amazing offer. Unfortunately, we're going to have to pass. And we're like, well, what's the offer? And they said they want you to come headline the second stage at Download. And we're like, there's no unfortunately passing about it. We're going to go play this show. And so we go over there and do it, man. And we ended up having like 40,000 people watch us. Meanwhile, you've got Slipknot playing the main stage the exact same time we're on the second stage. Like, there's like 100,000 people at this festival. So you've got like the fact that we were able to keep 40,000 people
In the rain.
while Slipknot was playing is pretty amazing. You know what I mean? So
I'm still wearing the bracelet from that show.
yeah,
so.
Ben still got it.
It was a pivotal moment for us.
I say
I
it's got
called
a
my
big one
dad
for you.
crying before we walked on stage. I'm like, I love you. It was awesome.
Now, as I was saying, over there in the UK, it's a lot different for you guys because over there, it seems like, and I remember, I think it was the Carnival of Madness tour you did a couple of years back with Theory of Dead Man. I remember talking to you backstage. You were opening for Theory on that, but when you went over to the UK, it was flipped around. Theory was opening for you.
Yeah.
So
It's
you guys have
happening
really
again.
blown up over there.
That's happening again this fall, actually. Theory's coming over with us. We have our first headlining arena tour in the UK coming up in October.
How many
And,
seats is that going to sit every show, do you think?
From 7 to 12,000.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing, the difference. And we
We're
try
very
to figure
fortunate.
out, what it is. And we actually started asking people. We went over there to do like a small tour in March or February, and we were asking them, I was like, what is it about us that you all like, because they usually ask us all the questions, and we always get asked, why is it you guys are so different over there? I think it's just because the music scene in general is just so different over there, with the magazines and TV and the radio is different, and just the mindset of music and bands is just so different, and we were just a band they latched onto, we were just normal dudes, and we weren't trying to go over there and be Led Zeppelin or the Rolling Stones, because we're in England, we just were ourselves, and I think that's what they latched onto, and whatever it is, we're fine with it.
Yeah, just run with it, right?
Just going with it.
I know you guys live, man. If for anyone who's never seen you live, which I hope everyone comes out tonight and sees you at Upstate Concert Hall, it is definitely an energetic show, and I don't know how the hell you're not tired by the time it's over. If, in fact, you are, but you don't look it when it's done.
We are. My knee is throbbing at this current moment right now. 'Cause I hit it last night because I'm ultra cool and have my guitar low because I'm Mr. Cool Guy on stage. And I was doing something. I was on the second song of the set. And
I think he did.
what now?
I was talking to Chris.
Yeah, we were just having a
You guys are
John
talking?
Fred.
Okay.
We're just
Side
having a Chris
conversation
John Fred
from this.
Side
Yeah.
conversation.
And I hit the inside of my leg, and it was just bad. So it's all swollen up. I was showing it to
So
John
your
last
knee looks like a normal person's knee.
Yes. Yes. Anyway, yes, there's nights where I look over at John Fred and he's bleeding and we're
That's it. Every
I'm
night.
out of
So
breath.
every night this tour, I've looked over at John Fred, and
It's
he looks
just
like
the way
he
it
just
is,
murdered
though.
someone.
John,
you can't stop once you started. You know what I mean? You can't just play lighter. You just gotta
Yeah.
go through it and then get on the bus and complain about it.
Oh yeah, there's lots of complaining.
Lots
Every
of
night
complaining.
we get on the bus, it's like, this wasn't right, or you didn't do this right, or it's too fast, or too slow, or you're.
We're our own biggest critics. We have to be that.
Have you guys ever had, I mean, obviously a set list is a set list, but I'm figuring you almost on the fly at some nights change it. Has there been times where somebody has actually changed it and somebody else didn't realize it got changed and went?
Many
Two
times.
nights ago,
Yes, no,
many
it was in Chattanooga.
Was it
Chattanooga a couple
Chattanooga?
nights ago.
Yeah.
We changed the set list before we went on stage. Instead of opening up with me and Mary Jane, we were going to open up with Maybe Someday off the first album. John Fred didn't get that memo, and they're kind of the same speed. So
just
John
kick
Fred
in.
counts off the song and just goes, "Doom," one big hit, and we're kicked into this song. They're supposed to have like the whole band going, and he fell right in though. I mean, it's like a big impact on the first. You had to get your thing going, and then you remember what song we were playing.
It happens to me a lot. Like I'm the.
Yeah, he
laughing
hit the one,
stock
and then
of-
he actually
yeah.
came in on 3.
But when you
So it
when you
came out
get
better.
used to doing something and your muscle memory is in one form, and then you switch, like we'll go from a 30-minute set opener for somebody to a headline set, an hour and 20, and back to 45 and a 50. So we have to think about, okay, what songs can we do where we encompass 4 albums, and then also their tunings play a huge part of our set list. So you got to make sure that this song can go into that song, and then it's hard making set lists. I mean, I can't imagine somebody like with the catalog like Aerosmith or Any of those bands have been around 40, 45 years, you know. We got a little
Yeah, where is that humming coming
There
from
you go.
there?
One of these guitars getting ready to take off.
No, I think it was John Fred's vocal.
My vocal has that ability to
Just
take
to get-
off and soar.
Can't help what you're doing. You're on
Does
fire, right, buddy?
something.
So when you messed up there the other night, or when I should say messed up, but when the set list
No,
got
he
changed,
screwed
you,
up.
all right, you messed up. Who gave him the look, and what was the look?
I think
All
all of us
three
gave
of
it a look.
Just turn
But,
around.
but
It's
like,
a turnaround.
we try to play it cool though, and like not turn around and be like, dude, what are you doing? You know, like we don't want people to know we screwed up when we get back on the bus. So if you screwed up, you're gonna hear about it.
You're
Trust
gonna know about it.
me.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall then that night.
Eh,
No?
yeah, I mean, debatable.
Well, you guys are like brothers anyways at this point in your life.
Oh yeah, we fight a lot.
Oh, yeah, every day.
John Fred and I are bitching each other on the way over here.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Dude,
let it
About
go.
what?
30 minutes. I don't
Who
even know.
knows? Because the sun's shining brighter on his side of the car.
It happens.
It happens.
Blackstone Cherry in the Garage session, Q103 tonight. There was See Their Doors at 7, show at 8 o'clock. We'll wrap up the interview here with this one question, though. What is the strangest thing you guys have ever had to autograph or been asked to autograph in your career?
Prosthetics.
Yeah,
always.
Baby.
prosthetic leg.
Yeah.
Those are always like, but it's cool. I mean, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like getting a tattoo that doesn't hurt, I guess.
A baby.
I didn't sign
Yeah.
a kid.
I didn't
I
sign
didn't
that.
either.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
I've been asked
I
that. I couldn't
refused.
do
I was
it.
like, what do you need me to do? Like, this is
Just
Ricky
signing
Bobby?
that
Like,
soft
sign the baby's
baby
forehead?
skin
Like,
is just weird.
Yeah, I just I
You don't know what
do
that
it.
ink's doing, absorbing into their skins, probably giving them a
Weird.
tumor or something.
How do you
know?
feel if somebody asks you to like autograph their like arm? Do you think in the back of your head like he's actually probably gonna go get this thing tattooed?
We've had
on?
that done several times.
Yeah, a lot
It
of
has?
people have done
It's
that.
crazy.
I always tell them not to. I'm like, you don't realize we're not that cool.
I just
Don't go
our,
get
our
this
drum
tattoo.
tech Corbin actually just showed me a picture a couple days ago. This chick apparently the cherry, the logo, the cherry with the cigar. This chick got it tattooed on the front of her thigh, and I mean it is like it encompasses
whole
her
thing on her
whole
thigh.
thigh. That's probably the biggest Blackstone Cherry tattoo I've
Nah,
ever
John Leedy's
John
got a
Leedy's
beat.
got a back piece.
We got a buddy that's
seen.
got
Oh
a
well,
back
yeah, that's
piece.
true too.
Just
And
yeah.
it's our logo with the top hat, that version of it. But then he took words off of lyrics to like the first 2 albums worth of songs, and like made it this whole big huge like beautiful like a poem out of song lyrics of ours, and his whole back is like this thing. It's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, that guy gets free tickets for life. By the way.
Yeah, but I was wondering how did you guys like repay him on that one?
Oh, we were in a Burger King one day, and we were going over for download, and this couple was in there, and we were, I don't know, it was like early in the morning, and they're like, hey, we didn't know they were going to the concert, but they were like, hey, we're going to see you guys tonight. We're like, oh, it's awesome. And this chick had my name tattooed right here, and I was like,
I'll tell you the craziest one. I saw this one on Facebook, man,
that's
and
a
it's
first for Burger King.
it's John Fred playing drums, and it's like lyrics to one of our songs, but like this guy has like this huge portrait of John Fred playing like all down his arm. It's weird, man. Like especially like we can't get arrested in the States a lot of places. You know what I mean? Well, we could probably get arrested, but that's another story. But like over there, man, it's just such a different thing altogether. I mean, like it's like we're a big band over there.
Have you seen the grandma that's got John tattooed a silhouette of him hand carving a pumpkin?
Nuh-uh. What's that? For real?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's a good one.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Blackstone Cherry perform live and acoustic in the garage. Guys, give it up.